Hello everyone. So today we will be discussing another topic, very important topic, which is bone marrow. In the last lecture we have covered thymus and we are discussing primary lymphoid organs, and let me write it down: marrow, M-A-R-R-O-W, bone marrow. And this is the part of the innate immunity course that I'm creating, which will cover all the topics in the area of innate immunity. Okay, so now we'll start with the first one, which is location and structure of bone marrow. So I'm designing the structure of a bone right over here. And the bone marrow is basically present in flat bones, the flat bones. And the flat bones that are there in our body, let me show you in the illustrative way. Let's assume that that's the human body, and right over there in the center you have the structure called sternum, and then you have these ribs that are connected to this particular region. So you have bone marrow in sternum. So let me write it down. So flat bones, and then sternum is the part where you have bone marrow. Okay. The next part is in ribs also, you have bone marrow. And then in the bones like pelvic bones, those are really big bones. You have pelvis bones, and in the end of these bones you have the bone marrow, right? And that is where you have those cells, really important cells. If we talk about composition of the bone marrow, cellular composition, you have the first one, A, which is hematopoietic cells. Hematopoietic stem cells are the cells that will generate those lymphocytes. Second is you have stromal cells, and that provides the supportive environment for the lymphocytes. Then you have sinusoidal blood vessels. Blood vessels that are there in the bone marrow. These are the major constituents of the bone marrow. Now, if we talk about functions, so let's write down some key functions over here. Key functions, which is lymphocyte production. So first one is lymphocyte production. In bone marrow, the major function that occurs is the production of all the precursors for the lymphocytes. And these are these cells that are produced inside the bone marrow. A lot of cells, they are getting produced. And then next one is maturation of only B cells, B cell maturation. And I hope you remember T cell maturation happens in the thymus, which is a separate organ. But B cell maturations happens over here. Let me draw the different lymphocytes and that are getting generated, their precursors getting generated. For example, B cell, T cell, NK cells, their precursor, they got generated in the bone marrow only. And these precursors, they are known as HSCs, which is hematopoietic stem cells. Hematopoietic stem cells. In short, let me write it down, cells, in short, HSCs. And then from there, the development happens, right? B cell will be developed in bone marrow. So now let's talk about bone marrow. What will happen, the maturation, how maturation will happen, that you will have the first one, which is B cell precursor. Second one, you will have T cell precursors also. Both of these precursors, they will get originated in the bone marrow, and then T cell precursors, they will basically move to thymus for the next step, which is maturation. So selection will happen, maturation will happen in thymus, that we have already covered. Please watch that video to cover the entire story of the thymus and how all those things happens. Next is B cell maturation. Now let's talk about B cell maturation right over here, but we'll cover that in detail in other videos also. Let's talk about B cell maturation. So in bone marrow, what will happen, especially in the mammals, in case of mammals, the maturation happens of B cell inside the bone marrow. Okay. What happens is, for example, let's say this is the cell, it will start expressing the receptor, which is known as BCR. So BCRs, these are the B cell receptors. The full form is B cell receptors. They are, the receptors that are antigen specific, and they don't require any kind of MHC processing. And diversity will come from VDJ recombination. That is very, very important for T cell receptor. That is very, very important for B cell receptor also. After that, T cells are going to become immunocompetent cells, because now they are able to bind to antigen. They are able to, perform the immune related functions. Next is the selection process. B cell also undergoes the selection process, right? So what happens is similar like thymus. So let me write it down. Like thymus, these are going to undergo selection process. It's really important. So what happens is the cells, specifically the cells that are self-reactive cells. Let me write it down. Self self-reactive B cells. Self-reactive B cells, they will be eliminated. They will be removed from the system because they can cause problems in our body. Another concept is there, which is receptor editing. B cells can undergo receptor editing. And what is that? Let me explain to you. The B cell usually have light chain genes, right? I hope you remember the structure of antibody. Antibody will have heavy chains like this, the larger interconnected chains like this, and then you have smaller light chains that are there connected with the heavy chains. And those light chain genes, they can undergo recombination, rearrangement, and then remove the entire self-reactivity. And that's the receptor editing. So rearrangement of light chain genes will lead to no self-reactivity. And because of that, now B cells are fine, right? So that is really important process in case of a B cell, which is known as receptor editing. Next is outcome. What will be the outcome? You will get mature B cells out from the bone marrow. After this, mature B cells will be out there in the circulation. So let me draw the blood vessel like this. And inside that you have those RBCs, tiny RBCs, and then you also have B cells. These are the B cells. Now they are in circulation. They can go anywhere they want. So B cells will come inside the circulation, and then from there they will move to various other organs, secondary lymphoid organs. They will move to, let me write it down. First, which is lymph nodes. They will move to lymph nodes, and next they will also move to spleen. B cells will also move to spleen, and then they will also move to other secondary lymphoid organs from there when they are in circulation. So from bone marrow, they will come to the circulation, and then secondary lymphoid organs and also in the circulation. Another important point regarding the B cell is why they are called B cells, because they are developed in bursa of fabricus. That's the organ in case of birds. Okay, in case of birds, this is where the origin of B cell occurs. That's why they are called B cells. Remember that they're not called B cells because they have originated from bone marrow, but they're called B cells. It was identified initially that B cells, they are originated in bursa of fabricus. And thank you so much for your support, and keep supporting us. If you like the content, then please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share the videos. Also, if you're interested in research, we have created the platform called Research Goal. Please visit our platform. We have multiple courses. I have generated specifically research-oriented courses for you. And if you are interested in doing research in biology, biotechnology, microbiology, and any other area related to biosciences, then please explore those courses. They are not that expensive. They are really good courses, and I will be there to help you if you have any doubt. You have molecular docking courses. We have virtual screening courses. We have a lot of computational biology courses. We have bioscience-related courses, data analysis, and all. Please do support us, and then we'll meet in the next video where we are going to cover more topics in a structured format, and it will be very, very easy for you to understand those complex topics, or when we create a entire course on this particular topic, and also in the topic in other area like microbiology, and also in parasitology and cell biology and all. Okay, so I'll be meeting you in the next video. Please stay tuned. Do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification icon so that you never miss a video update from our side. Thank you so much.